pilot that deals with the undergraduate tuition on a per credit basis. And I'm going to tell you, at least the preliminary data, I was very impressed with that model and the data that they showed. And I wanted to just expand on that. My understanding is I think they might be in the second year of that. I think some other schools are looking at that. Can you just expound on that? Because I saw a lot of advantages to that, particularly for people who are part-time students who need to work when they only need to carry a 12 credit load. Some people, I know the argument on the flip side is now you're, because you can take between 12 and 18 credits, usually the person that's paying, that it's going to cost more. I mean, that's the flip side of the argument. However,
use a cost per credit approach. Maybe the universities you attended did, where you don't do an all-you-care-to-eat buffet and pay one price. It's an a la carte. You select the courses you are taking, and you pay an amount per credit for that particular course, okay? And in Millersville's case, they wanted the chance to move to that methodology and away from the one-size-fits-all, whether you take 3 credits or 9 credits or whether you take 15 or 18 credits. Oftentimes, it is the part-time students who subsidize the students who are taking the larger number of credits to make up the difference. They are now, you're correct, in their second year of that. They were part of that review that we alluded to. It is meant not only to increase the real cost for students of what they're taking, but it also has the net effect of having students take a more serious look at how many credits they are taking and the need to graduate on time, lest you face the additional cost of lingering at a university. Some people don't like that idea. They believe that grazing in the vineyard of higher education for a prolonged period of time is the way to go. This does not.
I will remind all of us, not just you, that everybody has to be part of the conversation. And we can rail against certain entities or groups, but they've got to be part of this, because they are a key factor in making sure that our students get the education that they need. And I will remind you too that we had the opportunity not too long ago, for example, to appoint a retired professor to the Board of Governors, and that didn't happen for whatever reason. And I was disappointed in that, because I think there's some expertise there that we are perhaps not bringing. We don't always want to hear everything that people bring to us, but that's going to be part of this process too.
Average number of hours that a faculty member teaches in a week.
Our faculty, our full-time faculty are required. Yes, our full-time faculty are required to teach 4 sections per semester. So if you line that up with credits, each of 3 credit course is a section if you look at it that way. There are exemptions. People can be removed from that 4-section obligation for serving in other functions up to 2. So somebody, the one I use is if somebody, because it's the easiest one comes to mind, if somebody is elected as the APSCUF president at that institution, they are given one of those 4 sections off to see after those duties. If somebody is the chair of a curriculum committee, they can be given relief from one of those 4, but 4 is what they are required to have.
How would that average out for hours per week?
What do you think? That 17 hours?
About 17 hours, including office time.
Yes. Yes, because
17 hours, I'm sorry, including off time? What?
No, 17 hours.
I didn't hear what she said.
No, it's okay. 17 hours, including required office time for the professors.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Because I was looking through here, and I didn't see the January 15th, and I looked through, and I was looking for the Drew. I didn't know if you knew that the swim coach at Westchester made $420,000 last year. I didn't know if you knew, so you might want to consider swim coaching as your new career. But I'm very curious, I want to look at the compensation, because we have to understand all the moving parts. What would the average college professor earn? What would his W-2 earnings be? An average.
The full, because there's two levels there. The full-time professor, and I knew this off the top of my head.
87 is the average.
Is it 97? $97,000 a year is the average for a full-time professor.
That would obviously be skewed with the new hires, which are, they're in, a lot of them are in the 50 to 60 range, the new hires. So let me ask you, so Chairman Brown, of a salary of 130, help me out here. It's been a long day. So what would the annual amount be if they retired at 25 years with a salary of 130?
Post-tax, 87.5% of final average salary.
Okay. So, Drew, for your education, so the professor that's in your classroom that's getting ready to retire after 25 years and maybe is making $125 a year, he's going to retire with $100,000 a year for the rest of his life. That's where your pockets are being picked, because while it's a system was set up, we cannot sustain this. And there are some people in the state system. The top two people get $477,000 and $455,000 respectively. So it's great you're here today. I'm sure you have learned a lot, and there's a lot more to learn. But you're right, your pockets are being picked. So I would start wearing pants with zippers on, because your wallet's about ready to be taken away from you. So thank you. But we will follow up with these.
Yes, sir.
With the
And Senator, that's one of the reasons that we say when we talk about reorganization and modernization, that's why I use the phrase, everything has got to be on the table, not just some things, or it won't work.
At 97 grand, these are the people that are working 17 hours a week. Wow. Can I get a sign-up list here going in the Senate? I bet you get quite a few applicants.